So reflecting on another successful roundtable here in Liverpool. Key takeaways: sharing of infrastructure. We're in amongst fleets here and they all have challenges installing infrastructure, and we're very interested in the potential of sharing infrastructure with other fleets in their area. Particularly was a theme for the police, fire and ambulance. But actually the reality of that sharing was proving to be quite challenging. So whilst we all agree it's a good idea, it seems that there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. Second key point that was discussed today was around the servicing and maintenance, particularly of those vehicles that are between 3.5 and 4.25 tonnes under the derogation. There simply aren't enough places where you can take those vehicles to be serviced and to be MOT'd. And that tied in quite nicely with the consultation that's recently closed, which is looking at changing the terms of that 4.25 tonne derogation. So again, whilst we know in the future we're going to need more technicians that are trained in working with electric vehicles, we're hoping to see some positive signals coming out of the recent consultation. A lot of the public sector fleets that we're here today, they operate under PFIs, so this is public-private partnerships and funding initiatives, and a lot of those are coming to an end, which means, first of all, fleets and their buildings are going to have a lot more freedom to operate and make decisions about charging infrastructure, but they may also be looking for alternative funding approaches, so plenty of opportunity for innovation there.
In the room today, there's a lot of talk around financial barriers, first and foremost. How do I access power when it's really expensive?
Where we're talking about what I call charging as a service, so a fully funded solution provided by Electrosure.
Correct.
From the incoming power and any upgrades that are needed, the hardware, the maintenance, the operation, the software management system.
Full turnkey, fully funded solutions that would be ideal for a public-facing business that has limits of finances, but requires that absolute tier 1 level service to keep their fleet moving.
It's great to hear the interesting comments and views of the public sector and how they're coping with the decarbonisation agenda, their trials, their tribulations and what the issues are. From SMMT's point of view, it's great to be able to feed that back into local government and government.
Organisations across the board, private and public, need to come together to share more infrastructure when it comes to electrifying their fleets, so that we can all get a big win and take a step forward.
That's probably the biggest change that I've seen since 1979. Let's be honest, you go from Euro 1 to Euro 6. Just was really then changed in the way that you bought things. But this is, this challenges us in the way that we operate, the way that we charge or fuel the vehicles, and depot charging and understanding and data was a really good takeaway for us as well. It's one thing where we're still a little uncertain what data we actually need, and so we can, engagement with the guys here today, but and catch up with them.
We discussed a lot. They're just the kind of key highlights, and hopefully you'll tune in and watch the edited version of this roundtable soon. Thank you.